What's good, everybody? It's Lucky. First and foremost, I hope y'all been taking care of yourselves. As you can see, I may look different, chopped off the dreads. You feel me? Um, I like it. Matter of fact, I love it. You feel me? The ultimate reason why I cut my hair off was because I just wanted to not recognize myself anymore. I already changed up the habits. The habits was changed. The mentality changed. But now it's like the appearance. I still see the same version of Lucky from 4 years ago. I don't know, but I hope y'all been taking care of yourselves. Like I said, I may look different. I may sound different. I got some new bling on my neck. You feel me? Got an alligator on my neck. Come on, bro. Who you know got an alligator on their neck? It's 2025. Get ready to get lost. But I just wanted to hop on here quickly. No real topic for this video other than just giving y'all an update. Give y'all an update on where I've been. I've been MIA for the last month and a half, and I'm not gonna say I apologize because I'm grateful for it. You feel me? I was able to achieve most of my goals for this summer. Achieve most of my goals is an understatement. I was able to really become greater. How the hell can I put this? A friend asked me if I think I made progress or if I think I was different than the Lucky who started, the summer off, which was about 3 months ago. He said, "How do I feel like compared with him?" And I just told bro with a straight face, I said, "I'm doing laps around that nigga." I said, "I grew to the exponential power." You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Um, but yeah, I give glory to God. I grew physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, and occupationally. So it's just been a constant grind for me. Um, Honestly, the grind never stops. And I don't see myself in a life where I slow down, maybe when I'm 50, but I'm not even thinking about that. Only thing I'm thinking about that regards me being 50 is just having shit ton of wealth. Yeah, that's it. I'm not thinking about slowing down or anything like that, but maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. It is what it is. But updates, right? Because I just sped run the past 3 months of my life. Like I said, I look at my life as a game. So at the end of the day, the goal is to get to the highest level as possible. The goal is to get as much XP as possible so I can continue to level up and elevate and grow. And I was able to do that, in my unhumble opinion. But I got to set some more goals. And I encourage whoever else is, watching this to go ahead and set some goals as well. You feel me? Last year's goals, if you didn't accomplish them, you got to find out why. Last quarter's goals, if you didn't accomplish them, you got to critically think and find out why. We don't set goals just to set goals. We don't set goals just to tell people, I have a goal of achieving X, Y, and Z or of making X, Y, and Z a month. Mm-mm. We set goals to be able to speak it out into existence. We set goals to be able to shoot a ball, and before the ball even goes in, we say we gonna make it with the utmost confidence. And like Stephen Curry, I'm gonna shoot this three from half court and it's gonna go in. Shoot it, and I'm gonna look back at the camera and I'm gonna say I did it, and then the ball goes in. So yeah, this morning I took time to really ponder, chop it up with myself, really think to myself, what are some more goals that I could set for myself? Some goals that, you know, the old version of Lucky would have looked at upon as just impossible. Those are the type of goals that you need in your life. Goals that make you even question the reality of that coming true. Because goals like that, it unlocks another level of just in you. I don't know how to describe it, you feel me? I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, definitely Every day I want to challenge myself. You feel me? If I'm not learning, then I'm dying. If I'm not growing, then I'm going backwards. And I'm not interested in being stagnant, especially not at this point in my life. I'm interested in continuously growing exponentially. I was chopping up with a couple of my mentors. Lucky got the mentors. But I was chopping up with a couple of my mentors earlier this week, and they really put it in perspective to me on, the formula for success, as well as an individual like myself on what could derail him for that. Because it's inevitable, you know, this is in the voice of my mentor and this is in my own voice. Analytically and statistically speaking, because of my inputs, because of how I absorb information, because of how charismatic I am, because of my overall determination and willpower to go out and make it happen, because there's no other option than to succeed, because I have a burning desire to be the greatest version of myself, because because of how I even view this planet, because of a million other things, but mainly because of my inputs, I will succeed. It is statistically impossible for me to not become a millionaire. It is statistically impossible for me to not become extremely successful. It is statistically impossible for me to not achieve my goals. Truthfully, there's only a few things on this planet that can derail me. I'm going to share them with y'all. Number one, drugs. Drugs, they derail individuals. You going on an exponential curve. That's not exponential, that's linear. You're on a linear curve, your trajectory is just, or you're going on an exponential curve. The only thing that can derail you and that could flatline that growth is drugs. If you just study the greats, you study Joe Biden's son, uh, Epstein, who else? Those are the two people that I can think of. But drugs, it'll get you messed up. And that's on a elite level. Obviously, whenever you look at it at a level of color, I guess, when you look at somebody like myself, you already know if I get caught with drugs or if I have something in my story, if I allow drugs to turn me into a monster, then my success is derailed. So staying away from drugs, very, very important. Number two, women. Now, in my unhumble opinion, I'm a very handsome young man. You feel me? I feel like I know that success just radiates off of me. And if you get to know me, if I give you the chance to get to know me, you'll believe the same thing. Forget about all the external things. You just get to know me as an individual and you'll rock with my vibe. You feel me? I'm like light in every room that I'm in. So without me, room gets dark. It is what it is. And that's in my unhumble opinion. But a lot of people, you know, who get a little bit of success, they get carried away when it comes with women. And they start doing things that is morally and unethically right. Timer. Honestly, there are a couple words that I'm not interested in. Number one, the R word. I'm not interested in that. We'll just leave it at that. Number two, the SA word. I'm not interested in that. I'd rather be by myself than be with anybody else. It's as simple as that. It's not by force. My energy and just me surrounding myself with an individual is a privilege. I'm not the type of guy to just latch myself onto somebody. I'm not interested in that. But if you look at the most successful people, I'm not gonna say any names this time, but F it, I'll say names. If you look at the most successful people, Donald Trump, Shannon Sharp, even some of the presidents of this country, they have SA and R allegations, and it's like, damn, they got carried away. Carried away. That's a common theme. Whenever people get derailed, it's because they got carried away. And I'm happy that I know about these things now because I can be extremely intentional on how I position myself. I can be extremely intentional with my positioning, and I can also be, very adamant about vetting people as well as the people who I allow to be in my circle. So those are the main things. Drugs and women, those things can really derail an individual. Ooh, and the last thing, number three, I almost forgot the D word. Y'all want to guess what the D word is? No, it's not that, you silly goose. The D word is discipline. Discipline can really derail somebody from all of these things because without discipline, you're not going to be able to say no to a bunch of these things. You're not going to be able to say no when you're put in a situation that might, compromise or jeopardize your morals. You got to say no at the end of the day. You got to say no when you're faced with two decisions. Doing something that will put you in the same league as the version of yourself from yesterday or the worst version of yourself, or doing something that will promote growth, discipline. Which one are you going to choose? Because at the end of the day, it's all up to you. At the end of the day is going to end. You're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up. That's if you even do. So you got to be adamant about making the right decisions. Because if I become a millionaire, when I become a millionaire, it'll be because of my decisions. If I become a construction worker, or if I become an astronaut, it'll be because of my decisions. If I become a ballerina, then it'll be because of my decisions. If I decide that I'm gonna drop out of school and just post up on a block, and be that one dude who know every single car that passed through the road, that one dude who be posted up in front of Fiesta, if you know, you know. That one dude who just be chilling, shooting dice, drinking, and just talking about high school, then it's my decision. So, moral of the story, it's your decision, regardless of what you do. If you become successful, it's your decision. If you lose, it's your decision. If you win, it's your decision. It's my decision to face through some of the hurdles that I face at school. I go to a predominantly white institution. My first semester last year, around this time, I faced racism in an extreme way for the first time in my life. You feel me? I grew up in a predominantly black environment. You feel me? So being in that environment or even choosing to go to school in the PWI, it was my decision. I knew what could have happened. It was my decision. But at the end of the day, if you're faced with adversity, bro, what is you gonna do? Simple as that. What is you gonna do? If you're faced with adversity, are you gonna give up? You gonna give up or you gonna push through? And that's the difference between me and everybody else. I'm willing to keep it pushing regardless of what my cards are. I'm willing to do what I gotta do to succeed. I'm willing to go solo dolo to succeed. I'm willing to grind for months, for years, in order to accomplish my goals. I won't do anything morally or unethically right because I'm just not gonna be able to sleep right. But I'll sleep right knowing that I cut off people in my life who are detrimental to my success. I'll sleep like a baby. I sleep like a baby knowing that at the end of the day, I did everything that I could do to get closer to building my legacy. I did everything that I could do to make sure that my children, they straight. And my children can pass on the same mindset, the same morals, the same character traits. They can pass it on to the rest of my generation. I sleep like a baby. So you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to do? Who are you willing to cut off? But yeah, at the end of the day is going to end. But yeah, I just wanted to hit y'all with a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of knowledge. You feel me? Like I said, I'm out here. I'll be going back to college soon. I got some big, hairy, audacious goals. And I'm going to achieve each and every one of them. If you thought I was lit and I had motion my first year, Oh my gosh, you're in for a rude awakening. This next upcoming year, some people are gonna go insane. Like some people are gonna really be pondering. They're gonna be asking themselves. They're gonna be looking like this. How does Lucky do it? I'm telling you, bro. Some people are gonna be angry. Some people gonna be irritated. They gonna feel some type of way every time I win. They gonna say, "Oh my gosh, Lucky, he's winning again." Oh my gosh, can he stop winning? Can he let other people win? Nah, I'm good. You feel me? I'm not finna let off on the brakes. You feel me? Some people are gonna have nightmares of me. And it's straight like that. You feel me? I'm very intentional about what I'm building. I'm building an empire. I'm building an empire. I'm not interested in building a sandcastle. I'm building an empire, something that's gonna last centuries. So it's only right for me to act like this and think like this. You feel me? But yeah, I give all glory to God. I got some fireworks. I know it's not dark yet, but I just wanted to pop them before going back to college. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Vlogs for the 2025-2026 school year. Let's find out. But hey, I'll see y'all at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Never look down on anybody unless you're giving them a hand to help them up. It's Lucky, and I'm out.